What could possibly go wrong? $200? Are you kidding me? I'm not sure if that's a real thing. I'm not convinced. Okay. Context for this. Forever ago, I started my Twilight Princess Let's Play on my Let's Play channel, and it is still not done, but that's what I'm working on right now. I'm deciding to record the second run of the Cave of Ordeals. This will be one of the last things in the LP. Oh my goodness, it is super dark. I hope it doesn't stay that dark. This is something I did not test. Oh boy, is there anything I can do to fix that? Alright, well, we will begin the horrors of the not savage labyrinth. Now, I don't know how many people are familiar with this game, or this part of the game. This is just... I think it's like 30 floors? Is it 30 or 40? I can't remember how many floors it is. I was just non-stop enemies. I got a blue rupee! And you have to be careful, of course, because there are some heart refills, but not many, and you have to dig for them. Now, part of the reason this is a live stream is because I don't know if I'm going to have much to talk about. So, if anyone wants to introduce some wonderful subject matter, that would be awesome. Where did you get stuck? In the game. Oh yeah, something else I didn't mention is that, whoops, I have fully stocked up on everything, except for the lantern oil, because who cares about the lantern oil? I have even fully stocked up on rupees, because I have the magic armor now. Game development goes well. It's like all I've been doing for the past week or so is animating Patina waking up, and that's about the extent of what I've been doing. Life is going pretty well. This is all that's going on in my life at the moment. Just playing games and trying to make games, which is pretty much the summary of my whole existence. Also, the reason that this is the second playthrough of the Cave of Ordeals is because it's a little bit harder than the first time. I'm not sure what makes it harder, except that the final floor of the place has, normally it would have, I think, 3 dark nuts, but in this case it has 4. I don't think I planned this very well. Yep, first damage. I forgot to be methodical in the heat of reading comments. That's one of the joys of streaming, I assume. Rainbows are pretty. I saw a rainbow the other day because it was storming for a very long time and very hard, but then the sun came out very abruptly. Pretty great. If the screen is almost black for you, then good, we're on the same page. I still have Hollow Knight on my desktop, which I haven't played. I feel like I probably should play it. Maybe after all this is done. Where is the door? I want to start streaming, but some guy named Jonochrome broke into my house and stole my mic. Well, if you see him, then let me know. I don't know if anyone is wondering, but I'm using a blue snowball microphone right now. How goes Cave of Ordeals? What is this, like floor 5? I think. The whole fam is here. Famicom. Good. I'm glad that happened. I got a blue... No, that's not a blue rupee. Yellow rupee! Have to say something different every time. Okay, what are these? Oh, well apparently they have long-range weapons, so I should not dilly-dally. Nazi fidget spinners. All of the worst things combined into one. Except I don't really see that big of a problem with fidget spinners, honestly. I mean, yeah, they're everywhere, but I feel like they're less inherently obnoxious than something like, I don't know, Minions. Which I also don't have a huge problem with. I am taking a beating for no reason here. Okay, well that must have been the first 10 floors. Minion stream confirmed. Lady with very minor clothes. That's, I don't know what word I was going for there. Just says, hey, you're doing great. Keep it up. I really should pay more attention to these rooms before I jump into them. Look before you leap. Self-diagnosed disorders? That's an interesting way of looking at it. And I have heard that they're for, like, therapy for people who don't focus very well on things, but I don't know if it actually works. Supposedly fidget cubes, which I don't know how that exists, are better for that sort of thing. Oh yeah, I have the claw shot. That would probably be useful. No one should ask... No one should want a hippopotamus for Christmas since they kill almost 3,000 people a year. I wouldn't know, but... that seems like a high number, because how many people will hang around hippopotamuses? I don't see anything in this room, which means either things will come out of the ground, or it'll all be invisible. Or it'll drop from the ceiling, that's another possibility. Oh, wait a minute. Purple goo. Don't know what the best strategy for these is. But that would apparently work pretty well. But what constitutes as hippo territory? I mean, I assume anyone who lives anywhere is probably going to be pretty far away from hippos, but I guess I could be wrong. I do know that hippos are quite violent. And something else I learned recently is that there are more deaths from elephants than there are from rhinos. Which kind of makes sense because people don't see rhinos... Well, they see rhinos as more dangerous and then stay more clear of them, I guess. Whereas elephants don't seem that harmful in comparison, but looks are deceiving. Now I'm thinking of a line from, I think it's Final Destination or something. It's something that my friend used to quote a lot, which was, "A baby elephant can kill a full-grown man." Obviously, snails are trying to win races. It happened in that movie Turbo, and it happened in Undertale. That's all the snails are trying to do. I love you, you love me, we are a happy family. I'm only reminded of this because there was something on Twitter Moments recently with the person who was in the Barney costume for 10 years. The person who played Barney. And apparently, he was very into the role. And not only was he, like, good at his job because he was enthusiastic and everything, but also he had to sort of teach himself how to be blind, because anytime Barney's mouth is closed, he couldn't see. So I can't really imagine what that's like. I know that I've tried before to just walk across a room before with my eyes closed, and it feels just about impossible. That's just going in a straight line. I would enjoy being able to see. Maybe the wolf will help. That's much better. This gets pretty difficult towards the end. It's mainly, trying to think. Well, there's huge ice monsters that make certain floors really stupid hard. And then, the last floor is a bit of a doozy. Most of the other ones aren't that bad, I don't think. Wish I could see what was going on. What are those? Those look like wolves. Bony wolves. But not Boney the dog from Mother 3. Bam backwards? Oh, of course. Fam. I don't know if Barney would touch upon all the important issues as president, but he would certainly be a good spokesperson. Good levers. That was significantly easier than I thought it would be. What game is Skullboy? I'm not entirely sure what that is. If it's... I'm just... Wait, was that the whole... Oh, that wasn't the whole floor. Nice trickery there. The only thing that I'm thinking of with Skullboy is, a Flash game, which might have been called Skullface. Or maybe there's one of each. Maybe there's Skullboy and Skullface. But I prefer Skullface, because it's a little bit like Super Meat Boy, but somewhat easier, I guess. This worked earlier. I'm not sure why this isn't working now. Okay, it worked sometimes. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the only place in the game where you can get green chew jelly, which does nothing because there's no magic meter in this game. But a green chew is created because you can get a yellow chew and a blue chew to combine. And if you defeat the green chew that results, then you can bottle the green chew jelly and Link just... The text box that shows up doesn't have any text. So it's a little bit weird. Yeah, I think Skullboy is the one with the chainsaw. The skeleton with the chainsaw. Not to be confused with Dad and Me, which is the purple guy with a skull for a face. Oh, and the other thing about the magic meter is, I think on... I don't remember if it's on the back of the Wii box or the GameCube box, but on one of those boxes it shows the magic meter in a screenshot. So, evidently this game used to have a magic meter and now it does not. Which is something I personally like about it. It lowers the... maybe not stress factor, but the micromanagement factor. I have not seen many horror movies. I'm trying to think of which ones I have seen. There's The Shining. There's, ooh, what was it? There was, Lights Out. This might be the only two I've seen. I'm not sure if there have been any others, but out of those, I guess The Shining. I do hope to see a few more. The Babadook is one that I'm curious about. And apparently the Babadook has become a gay icon for some reason. Of course, I haven't seen the movie, so of course I wouldn't know why. Oh, whoops. Okay, hold on a moment. My controller was acting up a little bit, so I'm gonna have to maybe replace these batteries really fast. You heard about the Babadook thing, I assume? Okay, hopefully this will not act up anymore. Professionalism. I was a little bit afraid of having the batteries poop while recording. Literally poop. Their own feces. Their excrement out of their bowels. Okay, we got bats, which may or may not be keys. I'm not entirely sure in this game. This game doesn't have a whole lot of, like, enemy bios like other games do in the series. Oh, it's a slip up on Netflix? That would make sense. I did notice a screenshot of just the Babadook in that category. Really quite strange how they would slip that up, but I guess just slip-ups happen.